Hello, Pisces, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day or night, as the case may be. It is night here. As I read, we're just coming off the full moon, so of course I can't sleep at night, and I'll be up for a while. So here I am reading tarot cards for you guys, which is fine. I enjoy doing it. This will be a weekly reading for the week of July 20th through the 26th. And during that time, we will have a waning crescent moon. And of course, a waning crescent is the time for rest, healing, surrender, time to just really let go and prepare yourself for the new cycle ahead, which starts on the new moon, which comes in on the 25th. And of course, that's a good time for a fresh start, new beginnings, good time to start new projects, new work, make new decisions, that sort of thing. So pay attention to those moon energies as we move through the week, Pisces. This will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter. So, of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message for this reading, Pisces: a fiery climax approaches. All right, let's see what you guys have going on for the week. As I'm shuffling, my weekly reminder this week would be that you get out in nature this week. And that would be, get out and take a walk in the woods or find a beautiful park or an area with a really nice view. If you're like me, I'm outside a lot. We have a pool, so I'm out there a lot. And, I got some cards turning over, but that's too many of them. I really do enjoy, the sunsets. I love watching the birds every day, watching the hummingbirds and all the different birds that I feed. And then certain times of the day, different animals come out. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but this is how I enjoy nature in our yard. So we've got bunnies that come out at a certain time and the squirrels come out. And of course, there's the birds. And occasionally we have a deer. Sometimes at night we might have raccoon or possums come out. So bats in the evening, lightning bugs. Anyway, I love being outdoors. I love the summer. I love the heat. And I love the animals that I get to hang out with and observe. So, anyway, my weekly reminder is that you just take the time to really stop and connect with the miracle of nature. I mean, it truly is a miracle watching all of those animals in my backyard, watching them interact, but also, if you're around water, if you're by the ocean, if you're lucky enough to be there all the time, get out and hear the waves or a lake, the trickle of a stream or a creek. So just my weekly reminder is that you take some time, just get out and really, really connect with nature this week. All right, Pisces, for July 20th through the 26th. Let's see what you guys have going on for the week. All right, your overall present energy, Pisces, is the Four of Swords. So a little bit of rest and meditation, which of course, here we are, we're in letting go phase with this, with the waning crescent energy. So it's a good time to just kind of rest, let go. Perfect energy, for the type of moon energy that we'll have this week too. Your current situation is the High Priestess. So looks like, something may be coming to you that's coming to you in a dream or coming to you from your intuition, but something going on that you're really spending time meditating and thinking about, something that has come to you, and not in like the normal way. Of course, this can be through some sort of synchronicity or that sort of thing too. But usually, something from your intuition, something that comes to you in more of a mysterious way that you don't really have quite all the answers to yet, but you're really thinking about it, and you're like I said, just doing a little meditation on it and just trying to put all of that together. At the root of your situation is the Six of Pentacles. So feeling a little bit like an outsider. This might be kind of what's bringing this up, that you're feeling a little bit on the outside of something and your intuition is telling you something. So it could just, like, again, maybe information that that's not being it's maybe information that's not quite being shared with you, that you're getting some sort of intuition about, right? And you're just trying to put it together. So doing a little bit of thinking about that. What is in your recent past is the Ten of Wands. So some sort of ending, that you come into this with some sort of ending. Of course, endings mean new beginnings, but you're coming out of a phase where you were pushing through, and it might just be kind of the next cycle of something in your life, that you've kind of pushed through, and you thought, I'm going to set some new goals for for something, and kind of do a restart, right? So um but yeah, some sort of ending that you're just coming out of that may have something to do with the situation. We'll see if as the cards come out. We are really all over the place here. I'm not even seeing really a theme develop yet. What is on your mind this week is the Two of Cups. So this could be something that's coming through for you that is perhaps relationship related. This could be, this Two of Cups could represent a romantic relationship, but it also could represent, just a friendship or a close family member or something. But it seems like this partnership is on your mind. It might be it's just kind of at the forefront. You're thinking about this person, or some of the things that are coming in intuitively or maybe related to this person. But this person is just really, really on your mind. So look around and see, if there's something. Are you getting some sort of intuitive message here? Like I said, from a friend, or about a friend, or from your, about your romantic partner. This could be, again, a family member. It could be someone that you work with. It's just someone that you're pretty close with, but they're on your mind, and these messages are coming through, and it looks to be somehow related to them. And so it's making you think about it, and you're definitely, like I said, you're doing this kind of rest and meditation about these sorts of things. Maybe it was a dream you had, and you want to, maybe kind of give this person a heads up, or you're like, hey, I had this weird dream, and da da da. I do that a lot with the dreaming. Sometimes you don't, I always suggest that people keep a dream journal, because sometimes you have these crazy dreams, and you can't really see then what the dream was about, but you may write that down in a journal and come back later and be like, oh, that was so obvious. And it just teaches you to read those dreams a little better. So just my suggestion there. What is just ahead of you this week? My fingers are so dry right now. The King of Cups. So this is you kind of in a very knowledgeable place when it comes to the emotional realm. And not only, because it's a royalty card, not only for you, but also for kind of everyone around you, everyone involved in whatever emotional situation. Now we've got some cups up here too. This could be, again, something having to do with another person, that there is some sort of, emotional sharing. Maybe this person is sharing their thoughts and feelings with you, and you might just be there listening for them and kind of guiding them intuitively. If you're feeling a little bit, maybe you are outside of the situation, and that's what this card is about. Feeling a little bit like an outsider, like it's maybe you're helping someone with their situation, but you sit in this King of Cups energy, which is just being very knowledgeable about emotions, about theirs, and really just there to say the right thing to this person. And if it's some sort of fiery climax, and if this involves a friend, or a partner of yours, or someone at work, there could be something where they just need an emotional place to land if they're having some sort of fiery climax situation going on in their life. In your advice situation is the King of Wands. So, not only knowledgeable here with this King of Cups about emotions and everything, but also knowledgeable about passion and how that works with people around you. And if this is a fiery climax, that's good to know, because you come from a past where you've kind of wrapped up. Looks like this may be the same kind of situation. You're sitting in a place where you can offer some sort of advice in the emotion and the passion realm there. What is beyond your control this week is the Tower. So this is going to be some sort of disruption. And I mean, this is your reading, so it does seem to be a disruption in your life. So whatever is going on here, um, it's beyond your control. That this is just going to be a tower moment, and it is what it is. It's a disruption. This could be something like, delays. This is something like a test, right? A test of even yours or someone else's. But I feel like you're there to kind of support someone. I'm seeing with this two up here, that you're there as a support system. And even though it's a disruption for you, like, you're going to be there. It's beyond your control, but it's not like like a negative disruption in your life. It's like a disruption so that you can be there to help someone, if that makes sense. All right. What is your secret desire or what you're trying to avoid? Truth with the Justice card here. So hopefully that is your secret desire. I doubt if you're trying to avoid the truth, but it's your secret desire to, to just know what the truth is. This is about equilibrium. This is about things being in order. This is about fairness. This is about facts. It's a card of truth. So, hopefully that is your secret desire and not what you're trying to avoid in this situation, whatever that might be. So, what is in your outcome position is the Queen of Pentacles. Lots of royalty. And anytime I see lots of royalty, I just think we are involving other people here. And especially, we've got 3 royalty cards now on the table, a few major arcana. This is kind of a major thing. This is not just a little blip in your week. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who has understanding of the material world and how things work. So this could be related to finances or related to material world as far as like a living condition for someone. I feel like um again, I feel like you're kind of just in an advisory role here for some reason, to this friend, to this person here. But, you're going to help them to flesh out the truth. You're going to be there to just be understanding, to be that person to lean on. Again, this outside card tells me that maybe this is not your direct situation. You're kind of an outsider looking in. But as their life is disrupted, it kind of disrupts yours because now you're just being there more. But you're being there in a way that you are understanding when it comes to emotions. You're being kind of like a sounding board for all of these things, for emotions, also for passions, for truth, and also just for the material world. This person may just need a little bit of advice or, be bouncing things off of you when it comes to that. So, whatever this is, this fiery climax is probably this tower situation again that I don't even totally feel like is yours, but it could be. Of course, but I do get the feeling that you're on the outside of this situation. So, Pisces, of course, if you're comfortable, drop me a note. Let me know. Was there some situation that you helped someone through this week? I would be very curious to hear about that, if that was the situation. Or, did I misread this? Is this your tower? I mean, this really could be that you have to call upon your own intuition, your own, meditating on things, as you could be the one that's having to go to someone and have them be these attributes for you as well. That you're seeking out truth, and you need, someone to kind of have that backbone when it comes to emotions and passion and the material world. So let me know in the comments. I guess that could go either way. Tarot is a template, and I could be just reading this outsider card wrong, but I feel like again that you're being there for someone. So in their fiery climax, if that makes sense. Okay, let's get a final word here from the Soul Oracle deck and see if it offers us any more on this. Revive the dormant. Okay, that's very interesting. Revive the dormant. Okay, so if something has been dormant in this situation and you're going to help revive it. Again, that might mean more to you than it does to me through this reading, but it could be, again, if you're offering support to someone, it could be something that's that you're going to help them with. I'm not even sure if anything's dormant for you, and I am just really getting that feeling. Okay, let's look at the self-care wisdom cards for Pisces this week. Self-care for Pisces. Is there anything they need to be? It looks like they're helping a friend here, and I like that, but is there anything that Pisces needs to do to take care of themselves this week also? All right, this card comes up, happiness. And the card says, your thinking will either make your happiness or take your happiness. You choose. All right, so your way of thinking here will either make your happiness or take your happiness. You get to choose on that. Interesting. So, I'm going to say that, listen to your intuition here. We've got the high priestess. So if you're having dreams or things come in, or again, synchronicities or thoughts and ideas, pay attention to those things. And this is even if you have to write them down. This could be, that you hear a song that has to do with some situation, make little notes about those things, because I feel like you need to be just kind of listening to the signs of the universe. And for some reason, this is important for you to plug in. To pay attention to these things. Again, I think you may be helping out a friend in this situation. If it's not, maybe they're helping you through some situation that you've got going on, where you need to bring these attributes to life. The King of Cups, to make sure that you're understanding emotion, King of Wands with passion, of course, the Queen of Pentacles too, the material world. This involves like every element here. But you're in a place where you want to know the truth and you want to deal with things on the way of the truth and some sort of disruption there. So, Pisces, I really appreciate your time here with me today. Of course, if you are comfortable, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are going through. What did this situation come about in your life, a friend's life, something that's going on there? But I would be very curious to know. And again, if you're comfortable sharing, just drop me a message down there. I do post readings every week, so come back next week and we'll see if this energy continues or if there's something completely new here for you. Also, if you like my reading style, of course, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps my channel. But most importantly, Pisces, it'll help you find me next week. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.